Hello and welcome to Backwards Compatible live stream, a bit of a random chat. Unfortunately, which is completely accidental, we happen to be on the same blinking map we were on yesterday, which is Noshir Canal, completely different server, just random, and these are the things that happen to us. So basically, as you may have seen from the title of this, it's Battlefield 3. Was it a good game? When Battlefield 3 first launched, obviously it came out with only a little bit of DLC, which was the Back to Karkand, but the base game itself was quite fun. It came with only a few... Damn, should have got a kill there as opposed to get a knife. It came with only a few game types like Conquest, Rush, and Deathmatch, like this, and Squad Deathmatch and Squad Rush, and those sort of basics. Basically, all looking at the same theme. But as time went on, obviously with all the extra DLC and the premium, you start getting. Oh, okay, point blank to the head, and he didn't. 3%. Okay. That's acceptable. You start getting things like Scavenger and what's the other ones that you got, and Armor Kill, and all these different game types help the game to grow even bigger. So I think that means there's two ways to view the game. One is the base product, what did you get for your Battlefield 3 money? But then in the end, of course, there was also what did you get? What did you buy after you bought the premium? So I will say, for me, the premium definitely was worth it. It made the game. It took the game from which was basically, I think, probably Battlefield 3 is probably a 7 for me. Reason being, I know it's quite a low score, but when it first came out, there were so many problems in terms of VoIP controls, especially on the PS3, and bugs and glitches that, admittedly, yes, DICE did get to in the end, and that was great because they eventually fixed a lot of them. See if I can get the same guy again. No. Yeah, that was right. Shouldn't have done that. Actually, I'm going to see about jumping up with my sniper rifle. So what was I saying? So with the premium, that's it. With the base game, when you first got it, you got hold of so many problems that you were looking at it thinking, is this game good? I'd heard a lot at that point. This is my first experience with Battlefield game, I will say that quickly. Battlefield 3 was, sorry. And it was a bit, you were looking at it thinking, well, they've got this great reputation for caring about their community and doing all this work, but this game did seem a little bit rough, probably the best word for it, to be honest. But then as time went on, the game became stronger and stronger and stronger. So the DLC really helped, but also just they actually started fixing the problems. Random nade and then shot in the head. And so, but to be honest, if I was objectively reviewing it, because that's part of what I do, I'd probably have to give it a 7 to maybe an 8. Probably a 7 to be truthful. Just because there's no way that I could have given it a full. What are you doing? There's no way I could have given it a great score because it did have the problems it had, basically. And there's no way you can truthfully give a game a high rating if you are completely plagued with problems about not being able to join games and all the rest of it. So at the beginning, that's what we do. But as time went on, after a few months, it was a game that I played for about 2 years. I mean, I've only just stopped playing it on the PS3, and I've only just obviously just picked it up on the PS4, on the PC, sorry. But all that time I was playing it, I loved it, and that mostly came down to because of the premium. And the premium really was the thing which made Battlefield, I think. It gave you, see, as we said, all those extra maps, game types, guns, and everything else, and it gave the game a longevity that I don't think many other games have enjoyed. Obviously you have the big MMOs like Warcraft and things like that, but in terms of shooters, I mean, Call of Duty, you're going to get a new one each year, aren't you? We all know that, let's just face it. Oh, shotgun. But with Battlefield, they didn't need to bring one out. Obviously, a lot of people were looking forward to eventually one day in the not too distant future having a Bad Company 2 as well. And I have actually played that now, and I did very much enjoy it. But it's not needed. We don't need it. It would be a lovely thing, don't get me wrong. But it's not something that I'm desperately saying, oh my god, I need it, because I'm getting so much extra content from Battlefield. And that's something that hopefully Battlefield 4 will continue. Obviously, I think we know there's been lots of reports about problems for the PS4 version, and hopefully that will be sorted quite quickly. I haven't played Battlefield 4 yet, and I was waiting. Two reasons: one is I've just bought a new PC and I want to try to get the hang of playing on the PC, and secondly, we know there's bugs, there's glitches, these things need to be sorted, so why don't we wait a little bit of time for them to be sorted and then pick up the game at another point. It sounds a little bit cynical, but that's just me. But the cynicism comes down to why not let other people test the game for you and make it better. Hopefully that's something that will happen in the next few weeks, and the fact that all the bugs, glitches and everything else will be completely ironed out, and by the time I eventually pick the game up, it will be done lovely, it will be as clean as possible. I don't think there's actually as many problems. Damn, missed him. I love the fact that the C4 couldn't actually blow a hole in the sake. That's better. Many times I tried to kill him and he didn't die. It was just ridiculously stupid, but it was appalling. That's what you get for trying to be clever. Damn, got caught in the end. That's okay, got a couple of kills. So yeah, that's the wonderful thing about playing about with things like C4. I do love the fact that C4 can't destroy a piece of tarpaulin and a wire fence, but such is the breaks. Idiot, I thought he was down below, so that's quite good. So other than that, I think I will go through that. Battlefield was definitely worth a purchase. That 70-80 quid I think it was altogether. By the time you buy both parts, it was definitely a good investment, and it's something that I would easily do again. Oh, we've got a crane sniper, lovely. And it's something that, given a chance again, which obviously I haven't been given a chance again, I will buy. Where are you? Where are you, my pretty? And it's definitely something that is worth purchasing, and it is a long-term investment, which is great. Got some nice text there, but yeah, again, it's always one of those. Obviously, it depends on the level of support. I think as DICE aren't they aren't a yearly. Why did I duck? They're not a yearly turnaround type of developer, so that means that we are going to hopefully get the same level of support for 4 that we did for 3. And it's not going to help because I haven't got a decent weapon. Oh, for God's sake, I'm overrunning. Now that was ridiculously stupid. And absolutely awful. So, sorry about that. Okay, so, basically if we're going to do scores, I'd say Battlefield 3 itself, 3.5. Battlefield 3 plus Premium, probably a 4. I don't think I can give it any more than a 4. We're not looking at. I'm definitely not looking at a 5 area. I'm definitely looking at that 4 sort of level. But in terms of personally, what would I say? I'd say it's probably one of my favourite games of the last generation. It's definitely one that took a lot of my gaming life. Oh bloody hell, I feel straight to it. It's definitely something which took a lot of my gaming life up. God's sake. Okay, okay. So thank you for listening through that little bit of random dribble. Hopefully that's not too bad for you, and we'll play a little bit of this later. Okay, take care.